Hello guys and welcome back again by a new crypto daily update video, and in today's video we're gonna discuss all these charts and a setup that's brewing for days right now, which could literally make you a ton of money here. So let's dive right away into it. For now, I've been talking about this lately pretty much, but it's very important and it's a pretty important sign to look out for. But what did we see here? This was the higher low that we created before we went towards a higher high here. And that was the higher low that you want to hold to make that move towards the upside to maybe see a new higher high again here. So this was exactly the region where you want to hold, and exactly that is what we are doing right now. For me, it's not pretty strong, so I want to see a real push towards the upside, but you can see on these candles that people are buying in this region, so that's a pretty good sign. Still, we can see some movement down, and that will mean that we make a new lower low here. But for now, we're just holding towards that higher low, which could signal to a move further on towards the upside and create a new higher high here. So that's pretty good to see. Not the strongest thing I have seen, but it's very good that you hold the higher low and that there are buyers around this region, because otherwise you would go through the higher low and set a new lower low here. Then something to keep in mind still is this head and shoulders pattern, because we have a left shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, and that's also exactly the same as this one. The head and shoulders pattern is more like a structure-wise pattern, because if you look at the head and shoulders, it would look something like this, and that basically means that if you break this neckline, you're breaking this low and you're breaking the structure you put in right here. So it is something to really keep in mind. Of course, it isn't the strongest signal in my opinion. For me, this low getting broken, that's a signal that we are going down, but not really in a head and shoulders pattern. But I think the head and shoulders pattern is more familiar to people than the structure here. So keep an eye on that one, because that's also something you really want to look out for, and that's also this point here. Then we have we are currently in a small range here, and this range is pretty important at this zone, because this was the point here to the left. This was the point that brought you to that lowest point here. So that's the point you want to gain. Break above. That's something we didn't saw here, because we were rejecting it 3 times right now. So what can we expect is maybe a dump further towards that lower side here again. But what pretty important is that you hold this line. If you break this line towards the downside, we're making a new lower low on the daily time frame, and that means that we expect some more downwards movement. So these charts pair with each other, and that's why I want to see a gain here and step in on that retest. So that's a pretty nice setup you want to take here. It's a break towards the upside and test it back there. Also, this is a pretty important zone for resistance. So the trade, if you should have taken the trade here, then it would be something like here your entry stop here, and then your TP there. So that's a setup I'm looking for right now, and pretty interesting to see what we will do here. We have some pushing momentum towards the upside, because we're creating new highs here against the resistance. Could possibly mean that we make a higher low here and push further on towards the upside. But I really think that if we're gonna test this lower side here, then we will go through and make a new lower low. So that's something you really want to keep in mind here. If you look at the liquidity, the first liquidity is taking out here. So that's a pretty good sign. There is much short side liquidity towards the upside here, but we are still creating some lower side liquidity here. And that's why I maybe think that we will take that out first before a major squeeze towards the upside, because I really think that there will be a major short squeeze towards the upside there, and the first leg is already taken out. So keep an eye on that one, because the liquidity stacking above the 109.7k is very much. So that will be taken out anytime soon here. Then also, if we look at the total market cap, we've drawn this support line here for a while. And we talked about this in earlier videos, but we are supporting it right now. So we have support, 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 resistance, support, and support again. So that's a pretty good sign, because if we do break this line, this is the next target you want to look for. But that will mean that you already had a dump of approximately 6.5%. So please keep an eye on that one. For now, we're just holding above it. So that's a pretty good sign. Also here, you want to take out this high. So you want to pump towards this high to make new all-time highs here again. So for now, total market cap looks fine here. Then also Ethereum, we've been talking about this pattern a lot here. We have resistance on the top side, we have support on the lower side. We all know it. But yesterday it seemed like we were breaking down, but we didn't have a clear open and close below the support line, and we pump back above. And that's something I've been saying here for a while. If we do break towards the downside but not close, pump above, then this acts as resistance again. So we can anticipate this as a fake out here. So that's pretty nice and pretty important to see what we will do on Ethereum right here. I think a massive move is brewing, and yeah, you want to anticipate on that as well, like this, exactly the same as always here on the patterns. And why I think Ethereum is brewing a massive breakout is because Ethereum Bitcoin is just consolidating here, and this will be a massive breakout towards either the upside or either the downside. But if we do break out here, we will get a massive move. So yeah, it got supported by the lower side here. Now it's time to head towards resistance and brew that last impulse to a alt season here, because this chart looks very bullish. We pumped a lot here, and if prices can range in their new territorium, so the price pumped very much, you are a new price where you haven't been in month, and you can range there like this, that's a pretty good sign if you ask it to me. And also now we are pushing towards the upside, because if you look at the lows are printing higher and higher. The highs are printing lower and lower. That means that there is pressure towards the upside here, because we don't make new lower lows, which could signal for a breakout towards the upside. And if we see so, I'm really swapping some Bitcoin into Ethereum here, because that will be very bullish for Bitcoin and either altcoins. So please make sure to keep an eye on that one as well, because I really think altcoin season is around the corner, and when it happens, you're too late. So please make sure to anticipate on it before it happens. And that was it for today's video again. If you want to have hourly updates of the market, if I enter positions here, if I see something breaking out, see chances, opportunity in the market, I will post it right over here. So please make sure to follow me right over X, and please make sure to follow me right over on YouTube here to never miss a daily update again. And I will see you tomorrow by a new crypto daily update video.